You hit your targets, you make good money, but at 3 a.m. you are wide awake, staring at the ceiling, feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. During the day, you climb the corporate ladder and stack up the wins. But the moment the lights go out, your brain shifts gears. You start sweating the details, replaying conversations, and calculating every tiny mistake. You feel less like a leader and more like a fugitive being hunted by your own thoughts. Winning the daytime rat race loses its value if the moment the sun goes down, your own mind turns your success into a grueling punishment. An ancient text called Wenshi Zhenjia Da Pei Fu records a historical case study that illustrates this paradox. It describes a massively wealthy landowner in the Zhou dynasty named Yin and his elderly slave. Yin spent every waking hour ruthlessly calculating his margins and squeezing his workforce. Meanwhile, his slave was pushed to the absolute brink of physical exhaustion day after day. This illustration captures their nights. On the bottom half, the exhausted slave instantly falls asleep and dreams of ruling as a king in total luxury. But on the top half, the billionaire landowner suffers brutal, endless nightmares. Every night, Yin dreams he is a tortured slave begging for mercy. This forces a deeply uncomfortable question about our modern hustle culture. Are you secretly living as the daytime boss, but the nighttime slave? Master Huang Zitan traces this nightly misery to a specific mental mechanism, Shi Shen, the acquired calculating mind. This diagram shows how Shi Shen operates. As you accumulate daytime wins, represented by these tokens, the mind tracks every gain and loss, inflating a dark sphere of psychological debt. At night, it turns those exhaustive calculations into a nightmare-fueled backlash, crushing your daytime achievements. By over-relying on this calculating mind, you turn your own brain into your judge and executioner. Escaping this trap requires a shift called Po Shang, or breaking illusions. It begins by recognizing that daytime anxieties and nighttime dreams are equally transient. Neither defines your core reality. This timeline comparison reveals the antidote. The jagged top line is the calculating mind, projecting anxious warnings. The smooth bottom timeline is the primal spirit. It reacts to the world as it is, flashing only at impact. Obstacles dissolve as they pass, leaving no residue to haunt your sleep. Mastery of life comes from achieving a state of unattached presence. When you stop calculating every future outcome, you stop accumulating the debt that fuels the nightmare. Activating your primal spirit does not require you to abandon your goals or retreat from society. Instead, viewing fame and fortune as transient changes how you play the game. When you enter a negotiation without the desperate need to win, you gain the leverage of the person who can walk away. You navigate societal pressures with the clarity of an observer rather than the panic of a participant. This emotional detachment prevents the system from extracting your life force, allowing you to operate within high-stakes environments without being consumed by them. Ignoring this cost has consequences. Every sleepless night spent in an anxiety-ridden loop is essentially paying for ignorance with your own health and lifespan. The teachings of the Wenshi Zhenjie Da Pei Fu serve as a practical guide for surviving and thriving within a high-achievement culture. Dismantling the calculating mind aligns your external ambitions with your internal peace. It becomes possible to engage in the day's work with intensity while still transitioning into deep, secure sleep the moment the lights go out. Stop being a prisoner of your own success. Silence the calculating mind, awaken your primal spirit, and take back absolute control of your destiny.